Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. It is so good to be back. If you are new here, we talk all about starting a business, running a business, growing that business, and all of the things in between. Grants, how to make extra money. My specialty is in candles, so we do talk a lot about candles and different ways to grow your candle business, but a lot of the business methods are pretty much the same, when it comes to growing your business or starting it. And also running it. It just depends on the format that you would like to use for your particular business. So if you are interested in learning how to make money in candles, then go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Each month I try to put out a video where we go over the different grants that are available. Now when I say grants, I'm not talking about always government grants. I'm talking about different companies that put out grants and contests for business owners like ourselves to go ahead and apply for, like FedEx, Sephora. All of these people have accelerators. Well, companies, they have accelerators. They have different grants that you can apply for that will give you money to push your business forward. So I do that once a month as well, which is really beneficial. You're not always going to win the grant. It just depends on the panel of judges, how they view your business, if they require revenue, if you have enough of that, or whatever it may be. It just depends. With government grants, it's different. It's not a contest. You basically have to meet certain requirements and they will give you the grant as long as they don't run out of the money to do so. But anyway, besides all of that, I have found an amazing website. It's called Temu. I don't know if it's Temu or Temu, T-E-M-U, this website here. Absolutely amazing. I've been able to go on this website and get some candle making supplies and just try out a few molds and things of that nature, and it has been amazing. So today I'm going to show you some of the things that I got. They're so seriously cheap. I mean, not cheap as in quality, but cheap as in cost for business owners. So I want you to go ahead and check out Temu after I show you all of the products that I received from them, and get you some stuff. The shipping was really fast, and like I said, the product is good quality. If you go over here to, let's say, Makesy, and you look for some of these molds, you're going to be paying $15 per mold, $18 per mold. But with Temu, you're going to pay $3, $5. So you can buy as many as you need, and they actually work. So let's go ahead and jump into some of the things that I received from Temu, because I'm looking to expand my candle business. I've been doing markets, and while at the markets, doing the market research and seeing what the consumer truly wants. And some of the things that I showcased this time in my market, the consumers are loving it. They are saying that they would buy it and things like that. So I just want to show you all of the things that I got. So hold on one second. Okay, so here's some of the things that I received from Temu. There are a few back here as well. Let me just get them down. I made these before the video so you can just see, and we can talk about how I made these as well. It's very simple. I don't really need to show you how to pour a candle mold. It's self-explanatory. So anyhow, these are some of the molds. This one I absolutely love. Please don't pay attention to my nails. I just popped off some falsies, and I didn't redo them, but that's okay. So that's one of them, and it comes out like this. Look how cute that is. So you can make this scented, which I put a little light scent on it. I did use the cocoa apricot wax, so as you can see, it's not too soft, and the mold came out nicely. How I wick these was I just used a regular wick like this, and then I fragranced it at 10%. Pretty much fairly simple. I found that it doesn't matter the temperature that you pour these molds, they're still going to do their thing. So there you go. That's one of them. Here's another. This is also, oh, it doesn't want to stand up. Super cute. And this is how the mold looks. These molds are like jelly. They're really, really easy to work with. So when you pop your mold out, you don't have to worry about it crumbling and breaking because you're like forcing it out. It works really, really well. So that's that one. And here's this beautiful, beautiful flower. So cute. And here's the mold for that. And then one of my favorites, this pretty rose. Look at it. Look at the definition. I mean, this came out so good. I cannot wait to put this in a candle. It came out so good. And this is how the rose mold looks. So I'm going to put these back. I didn't wick this one because I'll probably use this on top of one of my double wall vessels, and I'll push the wick through that way. But if you want to make little rose molds and wick them and all of that stuff, you can do that. Maybe I should turn it around. That's how I had it before. So I only ordered one of each because I wanted to see how it would do. And like I said, they turned out quite nicely. That'll probably fall, but that's okay. We'll see. Let's just do it like that. They look cute back there. So anyway, something else that I received from Temu was this little kit. So it came in a box like this. Okay. It came with wicks, which I probably won't use because I already know that my wicks that I use work and I don't want to switch it up. But if you need wicks, it'll come with wicks. And then it came with a thermometer. It came with some wick stickers. And it came with a stir. Okay. It came with some wick centering tools. I did not know this was in here. Okay. It has some soy wax. I don't know what type of soy wax this is. I'm stuck on the wax that I use, but this is some soy wax. Okay. And then finally, it came with a pouring pitcher. So, and this one is labeled in the inside. What's that, in ounces? So you can put your wax in according to how many ounces in the inside, which is pretty cool. And you get all of this. If you're a new candle maker and you want to do some testing, this kit would be perfect for that. Pick your own wax because, you know, I don't know, it didn't say what type of wax this was, like the number, like soy 365 or whatever. Like, I don't know, I just know that it's soy wax. I already have the wax that I like and the wax that I use, so like I said, I wouldn't be using that wax. But if you just need some tools to just get started and to, you know, go ahead with some testing, like, this is perfect. And for $19.99, you really can't beat it. The wax molds back here, like I said, were in between $3 and $5, which is super cheap. You can order as many as you want. I mean, 3, 4, 5 of them, and do with that depending on how much you're going to be using the mold. But Temu is absolutely amazing. Like I said, fast shipping. I utilized this little flower mold here that I showed you to make these candles for the market. So I did these, and the people absolutely love them. So, you know, do as you choose. But when you're pouring these molds, I basically do them the same as I do my candles. So it's fairly simple when you're trying to make wax molds, right? You want to make sure that you're using 10%. fragrance load. That's what I always do, or no fragrance load at all, because some people like the molds because they're pretty. They probably will never light them, or some people may light them. It just depends. So fragrance them if you want to or not. 10% is good for me, but if you want a little lighter scent, then you can go down from there. You don't have to over fragrance these wax molds, because they're going to be sitting probably on a stand or someplace for decorations. You don't know how your customer will use them, so it just depends on your personal preference for your business and your branding. But how I go ahead in the beginning to see how much wax I'm going to need to fill these up is I basically put this on a scale. I make sure the scale is at 0, and then I begin to pour the wax completely to the top, right? So after I get the wax to the top, I just go ahead and let that set, and then I pop it out. I do pour them at a hotter temperature because sometimes if it's colder, it'll begin to solidify before you can get it in, and then it'll just mess up. I don't know why. So I do pour these at about 175. So after my wax melts in the pot, it gets to 200 degrees. I go ahead and I put it in the pitcher, and then I wait until it gets down to 185, and then I pour in my fragrance oil, which takes the temp down significantly. So after I pour the fragrance oil in, it'll go down to maybe 173 or something like that. And then I go ahead and I mix it for 1 minute, and then I pour it. So they come out nicely. There's no like frosting or anything like that. I always like to let them sit for at least 24 to 48 hours. You don't have to, because when I was in a rush, I let it sit for like 8 hours and then I popped it out and it was perfectly fine. But I just like, you know, just to be on the safe side, to let it sit for about 24 hours minimum, 48 hours max, and then you pop them out. These sat for 24 hours. Popped them out, they were perfect. And then as far as wicking them, what I did for this one here is I basically, and you can't see it because it's so tiny, but I poked a hole through the bottom, through the top, and then I put the wick like this at the bottom, like that. Haha, and there we go. I had to use the bigger end of the stick, and then it went through. See, the wick is in there, it's ready to go. And then when you pour it, of course, you're gonna lay it flat, and your wick will be in the middle. And if it starts to come up a little bit, like float up, you can just use your stick to push it back down so that it's not showing through. The front part here is centered. So anyway, I'm gonna leave that like that because I'll be making more. And that's that. Super simple, super easy. I'm sure the Temu wick would have went through too, but I was just poking the hole in with the smaller stick rather than with the smaller side of the stick rather than the thicker side of the stick. So basically when it was going through, I took the wick and I pushed it through with the stick. I'm sure there's a simpler way, but for these, that's how I had to do it. And yeah, super simple. If you want to diversify your candle business, what you're making, and you want to bring in some new items, then you can basically use that. So as you know, this is just it says not for resale because this was a sample, but I decided to create a physical workbook and put this onto Amazon. It has more pages, a few more things for you to work with in the inside, and a little bit more information than what the digital version does. And this actually helps me more than the digital version, because with the digital version, it's cool, but I am not a really organized person. So I found that I would have sheets here, there, and everywhere. And then I began to lose sheets because I didn't punch holes in it and put it in any sort of binder, which you can do with the digital version. You could just print it out, punch holes in it, put it in the binder, you're good to go. I think you get probably 5 downloads or so whenever you purchase the digital version, so you can continue to download a couple of times and then that'll be it. But with this one, I just find that it's just so much easier for me to keep up with. So whenever I'm making like a newer candle or newer molds or anything like that, I'm able to write it down in these books and be able to keep it and just go back to it. What am I looking for? There was something else. This is what I was looking for. See, I told you I'm just so not organized. I have 3 of them, of course, because I'm going to use them all. I'm constantly testing. But this is the one where I've already written some of the things that I've been testing, like these new jars that I've been testing. Super, super pretty. I'm using the wooden wicks, of course. I had these at my last market. They did pretty well. Absolutely love them. And then I'm testing some new wax melts. So using this book and being able to go in there, and I write, of course, all of my stuff down in this book. You know, everything from basically the amount of wax I'm using, the amount of fragrance that I'm using, the fragrance load that I'm using, what I want to name the candle, how does the hot throw smell, how does the cold throw smell, what type of wick am I using, what type of fragrance I'm using, all of that stuff. I write it down in here, and then when I want to go back and make more of these, if I've forgotten something, or if I feel like, you know, with this particular fragrance, I had to pour it at a hotter temp. And then with this particular fragrance, I poured it at a colder temp. Because you do know with some fragrances, they work differently. And so you may have to pour your candle hotter. You may have to pour your candle at a colder temp. Some of these fragrances I've poured at the same exact temp, and with this fragrance on the right I would get frosting, and this fragrance on the left I wouldn't. So I would have to switch it up and try to pour it at a hotter and colder temp just to see which one works best for that particular fragrance. Also, with your wicks, it is important that you know that all fragrances are not created equal. So with some of your fragrances you may have to use a wider wick, and with some of your fragrances you may have to use instead of a 0.625 you'll use a 0.75, which is wider. I learned that the hard way. When it comes to some of the fragrances, I have used a 0.625 and it tunneled. And then I put in a 0.75 and it worked perfectly. But with a different fragrance, a 0.75 burned way too fast and a 0.625 worked perfectly. So you basically have to test with each fragrance. So definitely make sure you shop Temu. Again, I'm going to leave a code and a link in the description box. You can get a little bit of a discount. As you can see, their molds work. They're beautiful. Shipping is fast. The cost is so cheap, so affordable. You will be very pleased with their products. So go ahead and check them out. So check this out really quick. This is Temu's website. As you can see, they have so many molds ranging from $1.50 to $10.81. The prices are so reasonable, so you can buy as many as you want. So check out Temu. Here's the flower that I purchased, $4.97. Buy a couple of them, however many you need. They are definitely quality products. You don't have to worry about them breaking or tearing up on you. And as you can see from my video, the quality of the mold is amazing. Temu does not disappoint. Check them out. And make sure you are testing. Get the book off Amazon. I'm going to leave the link for that below because you're definitely going to need this. when you're doing your testing to keep everything in order. Again, I do still have the digital version, but the digital version doesn't have as much as the physical copy. And yeah, so I definitely appreciate the people who have supported me so far and purchased the book. Please leave a review on Amazon. I know some people have purchased, and I just need those reviews to go up so that I can get more sales. You know how that goes. Without the reviews, people are like, I'm not fooling with it. I know I'm that way when I'm looking at something on Amazon. I'm definitely clicking the Prime button, and I'm definitely looking at the reviews to see what people are saying about it. So make sure you leave a review because that's important. And again, check out Temu. You will not be disappointed. They have so many other things as well on there. You can buy everything from shoes to clothes to candle making supplies. Anything that you need, Temu has it. But for me, it made more sense to buy candle making supplies because that is what I do and that is what I needed. And again, quality product with a very affordable price. So go ahead and make sure you check them out. Thank you so much, beautiful people, for watching this video. If you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button, like the video, share the video. That is the only way that YouTube pushes my videos. Some of my videos go out and it's like, boom, I'm getting thousands of views. It's mainly the grant stuff because people want money. And then for all of my candle makers, I get a couple of 100 views, which is cool. We all know it's about the views, the subscribers, all of that good stuff. So when you like the video, you subscribe to the video. You don't always have to share, but please comment. All of those things help me to get pushed out into the algorithm and help more people to find my videos. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time, loves. Bye.